Yesterday, I did a video about Iceland and a campaign to do with baby formula. There were loads and loads and loads of comments, and I wanted to run through some of them with you now. Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Hope you're well. Let me know in the comments. Good to see you again. Thank you very much as always for the support for the channel. Please continue to keep it coming. Keep doing what you're doing. Pushing all the right buttons. Well, I did a video yesterday regarding Iceland with regard to a campaign they're getting themselves involved in with regard to keeping the price of baby formula as low as possible so the little ones can have their fill. It generated quite a considerable number of comments, and I wanted to go through some of them with you now. So let's have a look, shall we? Before we go on to the comments, I received an email, actually, from an individual who shall remain nameless, and it's very interesting. It started off, now let me think of the phrase, "You're talking bollocks, mate," it started off, and then halfway through it, it said, "Wind your neck in, you dickhead." Okay, well, when I read this email, this person was obviously very passionate about, you know, what they had to say and what they believed in. And to be honest, I couldn't really argue with a great deal of their content. But when you start a message with "you're talking bollocks, mate," and calling me a dickhead somewhere in the middle of it, you kind of lose the debate immediately. I have no interest whatsoever in talking or communicating with you. So maybe think about it next time. Anyway, let's have a look at some of these other comments, which are probably a little bit more civilised. Okay, Joan Campbell. "Where will baby milk come from when they cull the cows?" Yeah, they're talking about that, aren't they? Too much methane. They've been going on about that for a while. Douglas. "Iceland is morally correct once again. It is the stall that has taken on government and local government before and won. Love the one with Selton Borough Council going after Iceland's storage facility, seeking to charge them business rates. How stupid was that? The High Court threw out Sefton Council's case as they had no case, as it was not a store but a holding facility for food. It cost the council thousands. Money better spent on the infrastructure." Chloe. "Hopefully, law breaking such as this and other cruel acts passed down by these cretins in Parliament will only increase." Stevie B. "Why is it that people think it's okay to have loads of children they can't afford? Also, what on earth did people do before formula? Now my neighbour can have more kids to add to the 5 she already has. Yippee." Audrey. "Breastfeed, FFS." I'll come to that in a minute. Dave Bayliss. "If you can't afford baby milk, don't have babies." And there seems to be a theme with those couple of comments, doesn't there? We seem to live in a society where kids are being born to parents which are a lot younger. Now, in my view, that's a big no-no. You know, you get to the start of your life, like 19, 20 years old, when you just left school and start to crouch into the big wide world. You've got your whole life to live yet. If you've chucked the best years of your life away, and you're responsible for another one straight away. And the way the benefit system works, you have to wonder, you know, is it conducive to trying to help people through into meaningful lives? You know, I didn't want to be a dad till I was 30, and maybe I was around that time-ish, give or take a couple of years. And, you know, that's a reasonable age. My dad was 30 when I was born, but that was another generation. So something definitely ain't right here. But, you know, there's people that are criticising Iceland and saying, "Oh, the baby milk round." I get it. I do. You know, should these parents be having this number of kids this early? Perhaps they shouldn't. But is that the baby's fault? let me know. Squeaky bums. I love that. Bringing a new life to this current fucked up world, and especially Britain at the moment, isn't a wise decision in my opinion. You could be onto something. Happy-go-lucky. Oh, you can buy 2-for-1 offers on alcohol, but not on baby milk. WTF is going on with this country? Mary Gunnings. What has happened to mother's milk? Is it legal? Gary McNeil. Formula always has been a rip-off, but babies generally do not need formula unless the mother is ill or unable to give milk or just pure downright lazy. I've had probably 2 or 3 experiences in my life where, you know, there's a lot of comments here which are saying breast is best and all the rest of it. Absolutely correct, it is. You know, you get all the nourishment, the vitamins, the minerals and everything from the mother. But, you know, I've seen it myself a good few times where the mother simply can't. Then what are you to do? You know, at least it's affordable. Again, it's down to the kids. That's what I think anyway. Jeff, good on you, Iceland. I can't quite say that name. Psycho Trooper. Iceland can get around the ban by not making it a promotion and taking the hit by permanently reducing the price of the formula. That's one way. Same person, I think, but a different thing. Another EU law that screws over the UK. I thought Brexit was to bring these laws to an end. Fluffy Bunny, well done, Iceland. Jon Snow, horrible company, sacked them years ago. There's a couple of people saying that there's no link in the description. There was a petition which went with this whole thing, and if you look in the description there should be a link to a news article. If there isn't, let me know. In the original video, and that had a link in it to the petition which could be signed. People did find it because people said they had signed it. John Randall, don't blame refugees for the Tories' failure to provide formula milk. Down in the Fred, it wouldn't change their stance one way or the other. Brian Tyler, we need to sort out the corrupt people responsible for all artificial prices and investigate politicians who back these corrupt business practices. That's a very good point as well, because they start racking the prices up, don't they? You look at the cost of our energy, it's through the damn roof, and then they bring it down ever so slightly and try and pretend like they've done us a favour. Don't wash anymore, really, does it? Mr. Cool, well done, Iceland. My favourite store for years. Nigel, don't worry. If you enter the UK illegally, everything is free, including 4-star hotel accommodation. Ain't that the truth? Trapped in a room. It's time to maybe hold back on negative, destructive actions, such as boycotting, and instead flock in droves to reward those companies who choose to support their customers and put social responsibility over profit. Maybe when the scumbag and morally bankrupt corporations witness support from people, they'll get a reality check. Vote with your feet. Plus, flocking in droves to the good companies comes with a supportive energy and with positive intent, and that energy is far more potent and productive on all levels than protest and boycott, which is on the negative side of the spectrum. What needs to happen now is for the volume increase of support customers for Iceland to go absolutely bonkers, make it a deafening statement to all of those corporations selling out on every level. But don't forget to briefly email, write to Iceland your personal thanks for their decision to take a stand. Such a flood of supporting correspondence would surely help demonstrate the will of the people to any judge / court. Very great comment there. Thank you very much. Another one, Howard, has signed. Christopher, well done to Iceland, so they could not kill off the old and infirm during the COVID shite. They now want to starve the young to death. Yeah. And there's another couple of people here that have signed and said, well done. I mean, the general rule is, or the general thing is, It's the best, as the saying goes, because that's where most of the nutrients come from. But as I said, and I've seen it myself, there are examples of mothers who simply can't for whatever reason. And does the child have to pay for that? At the end of the day, that's what it's all about. Anyway, I'm off. I'll see you shortly with one more. Toodaloo.